Hello and welcome to this deep dive explainer. I am so incredibly excited you're here with us today because we are unpacking an absolutely vital topic: how to generate a profound, practically unshakable well of mental energy from the exact second we open our eyes. We've talked in previous explainers about things like reframing difficult conversations or the heavy lifting required in dropping deep-seated grudges. But let's be real, those skills, they require massive amounts of mental bandwidth. You can't do them if your tank is empty. So today, we are spending some serious time breaking down the actual science of morning affirmations. And no, we are not talking about fluffy, wishful thinking here. We're talking about a deliberate, scientifically backed mental warm-up. Okay, let's dive into this. I need you to be completely honest with yourself for a second. What is the very first thing you do within 60 seconds of waking up? If you're like, well, the vast majority of us, you probably blindly reach over to your nightstand, fumble around and grab your phone, right? You immediately open up social media, or maybe you check your work emails, or you start scrolling through the morning news headlines. Think about what's actually happening there. Before your feet have even touched the physical floor of your bedroom, you have already allowed the stress, the endless demands, and the completely chaotic opinions of the entire world to just flood into your unprotected mind. It's toxic. You're starting your day totally on the defensive. You're just reacting. But what if, and just imagine this, what if you took just one single minute to claim your own headspace before the world even gets a say? Section 1, the morning mind trap. To actually escape that defensive posture we just talked about, we need to look under the hood at the literal neuroscience of our mornings. To truly grasp why that very first minute of your day is so absolutely critical, consider what's going on when you sleep. Your brain is operating in these deep delta and theta wave states. It's resting, it's recovering, doing all that good maintenance work. But as you slowly start to wake up, your brain transitions into the alpha brainwave state. Now, what's really interesting about this is what neuroscientists call a golden window. It is this incredibly unique state of relaxed alertness. In this specific frequency, your subconscious mind is highly fertile. It's incredibly receptive and it's entirely programmable. It is essentially a blank slate just sitting there, waiting for instructions from you. So, think about the stakes here. If the very first thing you feed this newly awakened hyper-receptive alpha state is a stressful email from your boss or some highly curated comparison-inducing social media feed, well, you are literally programming your subconscious for chaos. You're programming it for pure survival mode. And because of that, you're going to spend the rest of the day just putting out fires and reacting to other people's priorities. However, if you actively utilize that 1-minute golden window to consciously feed your mind positive, intentional statements, you completely flip the script. You program your subconscious for resilience. You shift entirely from a state of mere survival into a state of intentional design. You become the architect of your day rather than just a bystander. Section 2, the believability gap. All right, it is time to debunk that super cheesy movie trope where someone stares intensely into a mirror and just shouts at themselves about how perfect they are. We've all seen it, right? But here's the massive psychological issue with doing that: cognitive dissonance. So, the crucial point is, if you stand there in your bathroom and scream, "I am a flawless billionaire," while in reality you're currently stressing out about paying this month's rent, your brain fundamentally rejects it. It flags it as a lie. You literally cannot outsmart your own subconscious. Forcing a fake delusional affirmation actually backfires on you. It leaves you feeling significantly worse, way more anxious, and honestly, a lot more cynical. It completely fails because it lacks actual truth. This is why effective affirmations have to be rooted in solid intentions and alignment, not just magical thinking. We have to state fundamental truths about our capability and our character. For example, saying, "I am never stressed," is just a delusion. Your brain knows better. It knows you get stressed. But saying, "I am capable of handling whatever stress comes my way today," now that is a declaration. See the difference? One is a blatant lie your brain instantly rejects. The other is a powerful, deeply grounded recognition of your own inherent strength. It's believable, and because it's believable, your brain actually accepts the programming. Section 3, the 3 affirmation pillars.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because this is exactly where the theory becomes real-world practice. Tomorrow morning, before you even think about touching your phone, I want you to sit on the very edge of your bed. Put your feet flat on the floor, feel the ground, take one really deep, grounding breath, and then move through these 3 specific pillars. You're going to spend exactly 20 seconds on each one. It's just 1 minute total. We start inward, then we shift to our operational lens for the day, and we finish by looking outward at the world.
For your first 20 seconds, you establish what we call your internal anchor. You can even pause this explainer right now and screenshot this if you want. You tell yourself, I am grounded, I am resilient, my value is not defined by how much I accomplished today, but by the integrity I carry. I mean, wow, that is profound. It sets an immediate, rock-solid foundation of unconditional self-worth. And notice, it's completely independent of your unread emails, it's independent of any unexpected chaos that might pop up, and it doesn't rely on arbitrary achievements. You are worthy before you even start the day. Next, you spend 20 seconds on your operational lens. You declare, I am equipped to handle today's challenges. Obstacles are not threats, they are opportunities for me to learn, grow, and practice patience. And this brilliantly illustrates how we can proactively handle stress. You are literally setting up your cognitive reframing tools in advance. You're giving your brain a master blueprint, telling it exactly how to view the inevitable obstacles of life long before they even arrive at your doorstep. Finally, your last 20 seconds focus on the external ripple. You say, I will be a source of warmth today. I will look for the unseen people. I will speak with kindness, and I will leave every space a little better than I found it. Because, look, our ultimate goal here isn't just to selfishly hoard all this good mental energy. It's to generate a massive surplus. This final pillar takes all that newly secured, highly potent alpha state energy and directs it outward toward your community, perfectly priming your brain to be a helper to others. Section 4, your psychological armor. By completing those 3 pillars in just 60 seconds, you have effectively built a suit of psychological armor. Let's do a little future pacing here. Fast forward to, say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. A highly difficult, unexpected conversation suddenly arises at work. Or maybe you see a coworker who is visibly struggling under a ton of pressure. Because you claimed your morning, your brain instantly remembers its programming. It says, wait, I already declared today that obstacles are opportunities to grow. I already committed this morning to being a source of warmth. You are no longer a leaf blowing helplessly in the wind of daily events. You've set your roots deep before the storm even started. You are fiercely protecting your peace, which allows you to take that surplus energy and give it to those who truly need it right then and there. Section 5, the No Screen 60 Challenge. Now, knowing all of this is great, but taking action is what actually transforms lives. So I am directdirectly challenging you to permanently cure your toxic digital morning habits. Here are the rules. First, starting tonight, I want you to put your phone across the room, or at the very least, face down on your nightstand. Second, tomorrow when you wake up, turn off the alarm and claim your 60-second affirmation minute before you even touch a screen. Don't look at a single notification. Third, just repeat this for 5 consecutive days. Just 5. I promise you, if you do this, you will watch your patience absolutely skyrocket. You'll see your morning anxiety completely drop off, and you'll find yourself doing these natural micro-kindnesses throughout the day. Give your brain a fighting chance to wake up to your own voice before the world's noise gets a chance to shout over you. Listen, you are the author of your day, but you have to actively pick up the pen and write the first sentence. Do not let some random social media algorithm or a stressful text message from a coworker or some terrifying news headline write it for you. Taking these 60 seconds for yourself isn't selfish in the slightest. It is absolutely essential. Think of yourself like a giant battery. You literally cannot shine any light into the darkness of this world if your own battery is drained before you've even left your bedroom. Reclaim your morning. Reclaim your mind. As we wrap up this explainer, I want you to take some immediate action with us. Head down to the comments right now and finish this exact sentence. Tomorrow, I will bring positivity to the world by blank. Let's build this massive, inspiring wall of intentions together down there. Because think about it. We've just learned exactly how to secure your mind's morning energy, but how do we effectively transfer all that amazing energy to the people around us? Well, you'll want to join us next time as we explore the art of active listening and discover why giving someone your undivided attention is actually the greatest charity you can possibly offer. Until then, ask yourself one question. Who is going to write the first sentence of your day tomorrow? You or the world? Thank you so much for learning with me today. See you next time.